Imagine buying the cheapest abandoned house in town, to fix it up and maybe rent it out, only to discover that the previous owner had left behind something worth more money than you had ever seen in your life. A hidden room, a locked metal door, and inside, a secret no one was supposed to find. This is the story of how one ordinary man bought a forgotten house for $9,000 and uncovered a fortune hidden inside its walls. His name was Oliver Hayes, 36 years old, divorced, living in a cheap rented apartment, and trying desperately to rebuild his life. After losing his job during a company downsizing, Oliver never had much luck. He grew up poor, worked hard, but somehow life always seemed one step ahead of him, blocking every road he tried to take. After the divorce, he felt empty, broken, drifting. One day, while scrolling through online listings, he saw an ad. Abandoned house for sale, $9,000. Needs full renovation. Sold as is. He didn't have much money, but he had enough savings for this one gamble. He thought, maybe, just maybe, this could be a new start. He bought it the same week. No inspection, no questions, just hope. He didn't know that the real value of the house wasn't in the broken walls or the collapsing roof, but in a secret hidden deep inside. Chapter 1: The House. The house stood at the edge of town, surrounded by overgrown weeds, and a fence half swallowed by rust. Windows were cracked, paint peeled off in long strips. The front door hung crooked on one hinge. Most people wouldn't pay $100 for it, but Oliver felt something strange, almost a pull. He walked inside. Dust swirled in the sunlight. The wooden floor creaked with every step. Old furniture lay overturned. The air smelled of mold and time. He spent the first 2 days clearing trash, removing rotten boards, and trying to make the place feel alive again. On the third day, he noticed something odd. Behind a large, heavy wardrobe in the bedroom was a wall that didn't match the others. It was newer, smoother, different color, different texture, almost as if it had been built to hide something. Oliver stepped closer and tapped it. Solid. He frowned. He pushed the wardrobe aside, revealing the full section of the wall. No molding, no wallpaper, just a single rectangular outline. A hidden door. Oliver's heartbeat quickened. He traced the edges with his fingers. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't part of the house's original design. This door had been added intentionally. He grabbed a flashlight and inspected every inch. No handle, no keyhole, just a thin gap around the edges. He pressed his shoulder against it. Nothing. He hit it with his fist. Nothing. Finally, he grabbed a crowbar and wedged it into the narrow crack. The metal groaned, the wood splintered, and with one powerful push, crack, the door opened. A cold draft hit him. He shined the flashlight inside. There was a staircase, leading downward, into darkness, a hidden basement, not on any blueprint, not in any listing, not even mentioned by the real estate agent. He took a deep breath. Okay, let's see what you're hiding. He descended the stairs. Each step creaked, echoing unnaturally in the dark. The air grew colder, still, heavy. At the bottom was another door, this one metal, with a thick will lock, like something from a bunker. Oliver swallowed hard. What the hell is this place? Chapter 3: The Metal Room. He turned the wheel. It resisted at first, then finally gave way. He pulled the door open. His flashlight cut through the darkness, revealing metal shelves, dusty crates, old filing cabinets, a thick safe bolted into the wall, and on the far side, a large sealed container with a biohazard symbol on it. Oliver froze. Okay, this is not normal. He approached the shelves. Most crates were empty, but one had files inside. He opened a folder labeled 1979. Inside were documents bearing the letterhead, Charwell Medical Research Facility. Oliver's eyebrows rose. Charwell had shut down decades ago, after a mysterious fire. and a scandal involving missing research funds. Rumors said they had been working on something big, something dangerous, something that disappeared with the fire. Oliver flipped through the documents, chemical formulas, financial records, shipment logs, and then he saw it. Shipment number 47, confidential, to private storage unit. Status: never retrieved. The page listed the exact address, the coordinates. It was his house, his basement. Shipment number 47 had been hidden here, and according to the logs, it was worth millions. Chapter 4, the container. Oliver slowly walked to the large sealed container, with the faded biohazard symbol. His palms were sweating, breath shaky. He knelt down and read the small metal label. Asset: SRL 47. Classification: proprietary. Owner: Charwell Medical Corp. Warning: do not tamper. He touched the seal. It wasn't locked anymore, just taped shut with brittle, yellowed strips. Whatever was inside had been hidden for over 40 years. He peeled the tape carefully. The container hissed. As the lid loosened, he lifted it slowly. His flashlight revealed not chemicals, not samples, not dangerous waste, but something he didn't expect at all. Bundles, wrapped in plastic, stacked neatly. He picked one up. His breath stopped. It was full of bonds, corporate bonds, government bonds, all issued in the 70s and 80s. He tore open another bundle. More bonds, dozens, hundreds. Some matured decades ago. Some were inflation protected. Some were from companies that had since merged or been bought by giants. He grabbed his phone, searching one bond's serial number. His screen lit up. Current value: $83,000. He checked another. $41,000. Another. $126,000. He slowly sat on the floor. Tears filled his eyes. In that container, in that hidden bunker, abandoned for decades, was a fortune worth millions. And he was the only person on Earth who knew it was there. Oliver sat on the cold cement floor, surrounded by documents older than he was. He forced himself to breathe slowly. This can't be real. Please let this be real. But it was real. He ran numbers in his head. If even a fraction of these bonds were redeemed, if even 20% were still valid, the total would be in the millions. He grabbed his phone and photographed everything: the container, the labels, the bonds, the shelves. Then, still shaking, he carried one bundle upstairs and set it on the kitchen table. He opened his laptop. For the next 4 hours, he researched which bonds were still redeemable, which companies still existed, which had merged with banks, which were federally insured, which had matured, which had ongoing payout obligations. Every website, every financial archive, every old legal code he dug through kept pointing to one truth: these bonds weren't worthless. They were active. They still held real, modern-day value. One government bond from 1981 had grown with interest to nearly $150,000. Another corporate bond was acquired by a Fortune 100 company, meaning the value transferred over to them. Oliver printed a rough calculation. Estimated total value: $5, $4 million, $9, $1 million. He pressed his hands to his face. He wasn't just holding money. He was holding a life-changing miracle, hidden under his house for 44 years. Chapter 6: The Shadow of the Past. But not everything felt safe. The documents mentioned Charwell Medical Investigation, unretrieved assets, confidential, do not disclose, and then attempted seizure blocked, assets relocated, private storage secured, ownership unclear, high risk. His stomach tightened. Charwell Medical was embroiled in lawsuits before it mysteriously burned down. People believed they hid money from investors and the government. Was this part of that missing money? So, someone, somewhere, might still be looking for it. Oliver felt a sudden chill. He went to the window and parted the curtain. At the end of his street, a black sedan was parked. Windows tinted. Engine off. No one getting in or out. Maybe it was nothing. Maybe a coincidence. But his instincts said otherwise. He closed the curtains quickly. Around 9:40 p.m., as he was sorting papers, Oliver heard something that made his blood run cold. A slow, deliberate knock. Not loud, not desperate, just controlled. Knock, knock, knock. He froze. No one ever visited him. No one even knew he had bought the house. He approached the door slowly, didn't open it, didn't speak. A man's voice said, calm but firm, "Mr. Hayes, may we have a moment to speak with you?" Oliver's heart dropped. They knew his name. "Who is it?" he forced out. "We're with the county archives office." The voice replied, "We'd like to ask about some items that may have been left on the property before your purchase." County archives? Oliver didn't believe that for a second. "No, thank you," he said. "I'm busy." The voice paused. Then, colder, "Mr. Hayes, we strongly suggest you let us in." Oliver stepped back. He grabbed his phone and dialed 911. But before he could press call, the voice added quietly, "If you have found anything that does not belong to you, you need to understand, those items are extremely dangerous. In the wrong hands." Oliver hung up the phone and stepped even further back. He whispered, "Oh God." Footsteps. The men walked away. He heard a car engine start. Then silence. Chapter 8: The Panic. Oliver's hands were shaking uncontrollably. He ran downstairs, grabbed every bond and document he'd taken, and stuffed them into a backpack. He was sweating, heart racing, thoughts scattered. He whispered to himself, "Someone knows. Someone knew this all along." He closed the container in the bunker, locked it, put everything back exactly as he found it. He hid the backpack under his bed. Then he sat on the floor, back against the wall, trying to calm his breathing. But then, headlights flashed through his window. The same black sedan slowly rolled by his house, turned around, and passed again. Oliver held his breath until it was gone. He realized he had two choices. Key cap 1, run, hide, hope they forget him. Key cap 2, stand his ground, get a lawyer, claim what's his. Running would never work. They already knew his name, so he made the only choice he could. He grabbed his phone and searched property asset lawyer confidential claims. He clicked the first highly rated name, Daniel Caldwell, asset recovery and legal protection. He called. A calm voice answered, "Caldwell Law." I need help," Oliver said. "I found something in a house I bought. Something big. Something people are already looking for." The voice didn't sound shocked. Instead, it said, "Mr. Hayes, you need to come to my office immediately and bring everything you found." Oliver exhaled shakily. "Okay, I'm coming." Chapter 9: The Lawyer, Part 1. The law office was small but clean, located in a well-lit downtown building. Daniel Caldwell, mid-50s, sharp eyes, greeted him with a firm handshake. They sat in a private conference room. Oliver placed the backpack on the table and opened it. Caldwell's expression changed instantly. Not shock, not greed, recognition. He examined a bond carefully and whispered, "I've seen these before, but never this many." Oliver leaned forward. "What does that mean?" Caldwell looked at him seriously. "These bonds were part of an unclaimed asset investigation after Charwell disappeared." "So, can I redeem them?" Caldwell nodded slowly. "Yes, if they are authentic. They are worth exactly what they say, plus decades of interest." Oliver swallowed. "And how much is that in total?" Caldwell didn't answer immediately. He opened a laptop, typed numbers, checked old law files. Then he looked up. "Oliver, if everything downstairs is real, you're sitting on $8 to $10 million. Oliver's mouth fell open. He couldn't speak. He couldn't breathe. He just stared at the lawyer, trying to understand how his life had changed so fast. Caldwell continued, "But you need me, because if Charwell's old investors or the government tries to claim this, you could lose everything." Oliver nodded. "I'll do whatever it takes." Caldwell stood. Over the next 5 days, Oliver and attorney Caldwell worked non-stop, scanning every bond, checking serial numbers, pulling archived financial records, confirming federal insurance coverage, tracing mergers and acquisitions of companies from the 70s and 80s. Some bonds belonged to companies that had died. Some were acquired. Some had been absorbed into huge modern corporations. Others were backed by federal law and guaranteed by the government. One by one, Caldwell checked each. On the 5th day, he printed a summary and placed it on the table. He looked at Oliver with a slow, serious expression. "Sit down," he said. Oliver sat. Caldwell slid the papers toward him. At the top it read, "Total recoverable value, $9,482,600. 75-inch ***. Oliver's vision blurred. His chest tightened. He stared at the number again. And again. Almost $10 million. Sitting under his floorboards. For 44 years. Caldwell leaned forward. "All these assets belong to you because you legally purchased the property. Where they were stored. They were abandoned, undocumented, never claimed by any party. So, I'm really?" "Yes, Oliver," Caldwell said quietly. "You are legally entitled to every cent." Oliver wiped tears from his face. He couldn't help it. Everything he had suffered through, the bankruptcy, the divorce, the nights of feeling worthless, the loneliness, the fear, all collapsed into this one moment. He whispered, "Thank you." Caldwell smiled slightly. "Don't thank me yet. We still have one more problem." Oliver froze. Caldwell continued, "I've been doing this for 30 years. People don't knock on doors at night, unless they know something." Oliver's stomach twisted. "You think they'll come again?" "I think," Caldwell said, "that whoever they were, they wanted the bonds, before anyone else found them." A chill went down Oliver's spine. Caldwell handed him a folder. Inside were security recommendations, new locks, camera setup, safe deposit procedures, emergency contacts, and a temporary protection order. He could file instantly. "We're going to protect you," Caldwell said, "but I need you to move fast." They removed the bonds from Oliver's house. That same evening, packing them in sealed legal containers, and escorting them to a bank vault, under Caldwell's supervision. Oliver insisted on riding in the same car. He didn't trust anyone else. They arrived at a secure downtown bank. A vault manager greeted them and guided them into a heavily guarded room. Caldwell handed Oliver a key. "This is yours. No one can access the vault without it." Oliver closed his hand around the key tightly. A symbol of freedom, a symbol of safety, a symbol of the life he never had. When Oliver returned home that night, the black sedan was gone, but something else wasn't. Footprints. In the dirt. Outside his back door. Fresh ones. He stepped slowly inside his house, heart pounding. The place was quiet. Too quiet. He checked every room. Nothing missing. Nothing broken. Except the wardrobe in front of the hidden door had been moved. Not much. Just 2 inches. But enough to know. Someone tried to open the hidden room. He stood in silence for a long time, then finally whispered, "You're too late." He pushed the wardrobe back and walked away. He wouldn't live in this house anymore. He didn't need to. A month later, Caldwell secured full legal redemption of every bond. The bank transferred the funds. After all paperwork cleared, Oliver sat at Caldwell's office. As the lawyer slid a final document to him, "Your account has been credited," Caldwell said. Oliver opened his banking app. The number on the screen made him gasp out loud. $9,482,600. 75. $9,482,600. He pressed his palm to his mouth, tears flooding his eyes. Caldwell placed a hand on his shoulder. "You're free now, Oliver. Truly free." Oliver nodded. He couldn't speak. He could barely breathe. For the first time in years, he felt alive. Chapter 14. A New Life. Within 2 months, Oliver sold the abandoned house. Without the bunker being mentioned in paperwork, he moved to a quiet, modern home. In a safe neighborhood, he helped his sister pay for her medical bills. He donated to a local shelter, where he volunteered as a teenager. He put most of the money into safe investments. He kept a portion for himself, not for luxury, but for peace. Oliver didn't buy a supercar, didn't buy a mansion, didn't try to show off. He bought a simple car, a comfortable bed, fresh clothes, and something he never had before: hope. One morning, he drove out to the cliffs outside town and sat on a bench overlooking the ocean. He closed his eyes and let the wind hit his face. He whispered, "Thank you for giving me a second chance." This story isn't about luck. It's not even about money. It's about hidden opportunities that life places in forgotten corners. The places nobody checks, nobody values, nobody even imagines could matter. Hundreds of people walked past that abandoned house. For decades, any of them could have bought it. Any of them could have opened that hidden door. But only Oliver did. Why? Because life sometimes waits for the person who needs healing the most. Sometimes the universe hides miracles in dark rooms, behind fake walls, in forgotten basements, waiting for the right hands to open the right door. And when that moment comes, everything changes. If you enjoy cinematic stories about hidden fortunes, accidental millionaires, and ordinary people whose lives change forever, subscribe for more. Your story might be next.